Plaintiff Shoshana Marino says her brother is dating the defendant. And during an innocent game of Monopoly, the defendant and Shoshana's witness got into an altercation. During the fight, the defendant threw a coffee cup at her witness, but it hit Shoshana's TV and damaged it. So she's suing. Defendant Nadia Littleton admits that she got into an argument with Shoshana's witness, but insists it was only after she flipped over the Monopoly board in the middle of their game, which Nadia was winning. Nadia claims the plaintiff's witness initiated the fight, and she only threw something at her in self-defense. Nadia's countersuing for emotional distress.
All rise. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may now be seated.
All right, start with you.
Hi, Your Honor. I'm suing my brother's girlfriend. Her nickname is Nadia. On March 6th, 2009, I had a little birthday gathering at my house. My brother and his girlfriend, they were spending the night. So us four, including my husband, played Monopoly. And we were playing Monopoly. My sister-in-law, she came like at 4 a.m. She had just came from a club or whatnot, and she was a little drunk. She came over. She flipped the Monopoly board over.
Why?
She felt we wasn't paying her no attention.
I object, Your Honor. She came in the door, she flipped over the game because she felt like Shoshana should have been out at the club instead of playing Monopoly.
So anyway, she flipped the board over. So me, my brother, and my husband, we laughed it off. It was funny. Nadia, she got upset. And she got up and was like, she don't know me, but she gonna get to know me. And she got in her face. And they started arguing, and then next thing I know, they ended up fighting. My husband was trying to break the fight up, grabbing both girls. My brother was just standing there. He really didn't know what to do. He didn't want to get involved. Nadia, she picked up a cup, it was a coffee cup, and threw it at Anna, and it hit my TV, and it cracked.
All right, let me hear from you, ma'am.
Well, Your Honor, I feel like I shouldn't even be here because her husband, who she's been with for about 13 years, which is this is his sister. He's very abusive. But let me tell you what happened.
What does that have to do with you being here?
I'm finna tell you what happened, what really happened that night.
Okay.
This lady right here, she came in drunk and stumbling. Why you not at the club? And, you know, why y'all lames playing Monopoly? And she flipped over the game. And Monopoly, that's my game. I love Monopoly.
You don't play that.
That's my game, you know, and I was winning. And she flipped the money over, you know.
Say she had boardwalk.
I didn't get up for no reason.
You were just about to get boardwalk.
You know, I didn't get up for no reason, Judge Mathis. You know, she flipped the money over and I was winning. So I got up and I was like, you don't know me, but you're about to get to know me. So we started fighting and it wasn't a coffee cup. It was a Patron bottle.
All right, it's not a big deal. They're both objects that can break television.
Right. But what happened was I picked it up in my self-defense because she was drunk. And she just, you know, she just started fighting me. And I picked up the Patron bottle and I threw it. And it hit her head and it hit the TV. So that's how the TV got damaged.
And why don't you think you should have to pay for it?
I don't feel like I should have to pay for it because I had a right to send her husband to jail. He gave me a black eye and she begged me, you know, don't call the police, don't send him to jail, you know. And I feel like I shouldn't have to pay it. And if she's suing me for $900, she already gave her half of the money.
All
Your
right.
Honor, I have a receipt and documents, text messages.
Let me see it. And by the way, ma'am, you can't cause her to suffer as a result of something her husband did.
I understand.
Your witnesses want to speak. You want to speak, ma'am? It sounds like you started all this. Come on up. Try to lay in the cut now. State your name. Flipping over folks' Monopoly. How important that is. That people don't have any real money. That's the closest thing people can get to real money these days. Go ahead.
The reason why I flipped the board over was because she kept calling me at the club telling me to come and kick it with her. So I came and kicked it. I sat there for like 45 minutes before I even got up and flipped the board. But I did it in a playful way. Everybody laughed except her. She said one thing that led to another.
How much money did she have? Do you have any idea? All right. Your witness want to speak?
Yes.
State your name.
Yes, Your Honor. My name Philip Ship. That's my sister over there. It started off, she came in drunk or whatever, and she flipped over the Monopoly board, you know what I'm saying? And I mean, I ain't gonna say I laughed it off. I just didn't say nothing, you feel me? But she didn't know she didn't know this young lady, so she got up and said, "This ain't your birthday. Why is you over here tripping?" You know, because we was just kicking it. It was late at night. We didn't feel like, you know, we in Chicago, you know,
It's
the
4
murder
o'clock in the
capital.
morning.
We just chilling, you know what I'm saying? It's 4 o'clock. So we
what
just
does murder capital have to do with it? You don't want to be
it's
out.
like it's like 3 in the morning.
All right,
you know what I'm
staying
saying?
inside.
We
to
just
avoid
being some
any
lames.
problems.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We just being some lames playing Monopoly because it wasn't really nothing else to do that night.
Right, you all in a
know,
tough
so
neighborhood. What neighborhood were you in?
The Wild Hundreds, Your Honor. That's what they call it. GD's running.
GD's Gangster Disciple.
Yeah,
they
run
run
it.
the Wild Hundreds.
I think. Don't quote me on TV, nobody. And get mad. I don't know.
That's right. That's unfortunate that you have to stay inside because of the activities on the streets. And it's unfortunate that any city is referred to as the murder capital.
Oh, yeah.
Counterclaim for $1,000 for emotional distress. For what?
Well, I feel like, you know, her husband, you know, I could have sent him to jail that night because he gave me a black eye.
I object, Your Honor. Anna gave her a black eye.
No, she did not.
But you initiated the assault.
Not really, no, I
Yes, you do.
didn't.
When you grab a bottle of Patron and throw it at
that was
someone,
in
that's an
defense.
assault.
I was defending
No,
myself.
she flipped over the game.
Your Honor.
And she
Yes.
stepped to Anna's face.
Yes, sir. Let him say.
When the fight initially started, well, she did have a boardwalk. Actually, she did have it.
Hotels too.
So the fight started in the living room. Then it went to the bathroom. We broke it up. Then my girlfriend, she wound up in the living room somewhere. Then I guess Anna, she got loose again. So she rushed her. That's when I seen the Patron bottle. You know what I'm saying? Then she grabbed it. She said she hit it.
It wasn't a coffee
She
cup.
grabbed it. She hit her in the head. It bounced off her head and hit the TV.
Even if that's true, man, even if that's true, you have a problem. That's not self-defense. You cannot use additional force than what is being used against you. Meaning if someone is using their body, fists, whatever, to attack you, you can only defend yourself with the same.
Right.
You can't grab a gun when someone is just fist fighting you. So you escalated it to the use of a weapon. She was winning?
Yeah, she was at first. Yeah.
All right.
At first,
So
you was winning.
I can't grant you a judgment for $1,000
Okay,
for emotional distress.
I'm
Yes,
sorry.
you
I'm
just want to
sorry.
be on TV.
I was telling you the counter claim we was suing because first off, like she ain't get to say how she wanted to. The husband, right? They been together in a bogus relationship
That's
for
irrelevant,
13
Your Honor.
years. He didn't call her several names, put his
Call
hand.
her name?
No, my
All right,
sister.
but you're telling me
That's
emotional
No, but it's a
distress.
point.
irrelevant.
I
Go
get
ahead.
you, Your Honor. It's a point I'm getting at though. We all right, on this very night, while the fight was going on, while they finally got broke up, Anna had called. She said everybody in the house is a certain name. So I'm like, all right, you're the certain name. I'm not gonna say what she said. So I called her that name back. And my reason for bringing up the husband, he was beating on my sister and doing all this for 13 years. I called his sister out of her name one time, which he been disrespecting my sister since I was a little kid. He runs up on me, he hit me twice in my face. I fell down. He much bigger than me. You know what I'm saying?
How did it affect her? What did he do to her?
He
gave me a
punched her in the
black
eye too.
All right, but this is the brother, not her.
Right.
You got to sue him. Counterclaim for emotional distress is dismissed. I can't reward you for things that her brother does. $900 is your judgment for the damaged television. She admits that she threw a bottle of Patron and it hit her head and bounced onto the television. Had you not thrown anything at her or anyone else, her television wouldn't be damaged. That's why you're ultimately responsible for it. $900 for the plaintiff.
Thank you, Your Honor. Everything would be fine as long as my TV was paid for. That's all I was worried about.
Well, we all still cool. You know, we all big one happy family, so.
I don't got nothing to say really, man. You know, it's the same thing to me. I ain't got nothing to do with her husband, but we could still be brother and sister.